Hey folks, how's everybody doing out there?
What's up?
What's up, what's up?
Long time no see, brother.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a while, what, a couple years almost, right?
It's been a couple years.
Seems like a couple days, but 2 years goes by quick.
Oh, wow.
I made a cameo appearance here about a year ago,
Yeah.
and coincidentally, that's when I quit drinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good celebration.
The before and after.
After
there we
a-
go.
after
Thank
a
you
rough-
very much.
rough night of drinking here in Ankole City.
Good old days.
Yeah, folks, so welcome to tonight's show. I'm here with our good friends Eric and Mercy, and we've actually been staying here for what, 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, a couple weeks, yeah.
We were
Incognito, on the down low.
Nobody knew.
We were staying here on the down low for a couple weeks, and from what I understand, a lot of folks do the same thing, right? When they're moving to Angeles City, they come here and stay with y'all,
Stay at the Drake, get it all figured out, and then they move on.
and then they get it figured out.
But then they keep coming back because the food, man.
Oh, the food is
They
amazing.
keep on coming back. Sometimes they've found places very close to here because they don't want to be too far from food distance. Another reason you probably are back here because you were missing some food.
It's one of the main reasons.
Main criteria. Yeah.
Folks, there's a reason why not everybody, but a lot of people stay Angeles City or Manila, Makati. It's about the food. And it's not rocket science, but if you go to the middle of Alabama or the backwoods of Mississippi, where I'm from, it's hard to find a wide selection of food, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's no different here. You move to the last train stop that I've been living at down there in Fatima's Village, there ain't many food options.
Yeah.
I would say probably over the past 2 years, their diet has been 80 to 90% rice.
Yeah.
And my diet has been a combination of starvation,
Starvation.
skipping meals.
Skipping meals. That's
And
why you
just-
lost so much weight.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
You came
pretty
back
much.
here about 20 kilos lighter than when you left.
Well, thank you very much. That's a
Due to
combination.
starvation. Only not
Yeah.
exercise, but starvation.
It's a combination of quitting alcohol.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Naturally, you're going to lose some weight.
Sure.
And missing a bunch of meals because there's just nothing to eat down there for us, for me.
Yeah.
So we're glad. I'm glad to be back where I can get some decent food.
Glad to have you back, man.
Yes.
We've been eating like kings here for 2 weeks. I think we've ate pretty much everything on the menu
Yeah.
and then some. So yeah, folks. So we're just gonna sit here. We got some talking points. We've been trying to do this video for like 2-3 days now. We've had some great conversations with folks, and I wish that I could set the camera up. Especially the conversation we had yesterday with our buddy Steven.
Yeah.
But
Steve's got a pretty good offer for you guys.
yeah, we got
Mark's going to unleash that on you in a minute, but
yeah,
he's been following you and I both for a long time, from
Yes.
way back.
Yeah.
He was actually telling me how he watched our times in Progreso and Merida when we visited Mexico, and they didn't have anything to do, so they went down there after they saw our video in Mexico and went to the same places, Progreso, and
awesome.
he's
great, right?
from Cape Coral and Fort Myers, where I'm from, so
The
we have a
same
lot in
area.
common. Yeah. But he's an avid follower of both of our channels, and apologies to guys that we haven't been making videos for a long time.
I know. We're
Bi-
busy here.
We're busy here trying to keep up with everything, and I know a lot of you guys out there that watched us before are kind of tired of seeing the same old, but we're getting ready to
Yes.
fire some back up soon. We'll get back on the video wagon here soon.
Yes.
Promises.
All right, and for anybody that don't know their channel, I'll always do the ping, and right there it is on the screen. You go over and subscribe to their channel, and you're gonna start making some videos again.
We're gonna fire some up here soon. Yeah. And there's some plans coming up for Papi's and the Drake for you, I hear.
Yeah, we got some ideas we're going to discuss here. And we've actually got 3 talking points, and
Yep.
it's taken like 2 weeks to sit down because, again, we sit down and we just start having interesting conversations with folks, but not everybody wants to be on the video. I get it.
Yeah.
But man, I wish I could have set the camera up and we were talking with Steven, man. Just too interesting. So without further ado, I guess I should get the talking points.
Yeah, we can start
us
with
2 weeks.
what have we been doing for 2 years since you've been gone, basically.
Let's start with that. What
So-
have y'all been up to, man?
Besides this, and believe me, this is a handful, keeping everything going the way it's going and keeping the food right and keeping the hotel going right.
Yep.
So we've been heavily involved with keeping this thing on the uprise, rolling good, and making improvements, always trying to do good menu item changes. We got Chinese food now. You've tried that.
Try the Chinese food here. The General Tso's chicken.
General
the
Toe and orange chicken. Those are two of the hot ones.
American style.
Yeah, it's a difference. It's like you mentioned to me in the past. That kind of inspired me because I agreed with you. Everywhere you go here in Asia, or in the Philippines at least, you go to a Chinese restaurant and it's not like Chinese from American
It's not the
Chinese.
same.
It's not Americanized.
Yes, it is
And I
hard to
miss that.
find Americanized Chinese food.
Yeah, like the cardboard box takeouts,
Yep.
and you get your sweet and sour pork and you dump your sauce on there, and it's just a
Yep.
particular thing that you can't find here. I go to Fortune Chinese Tea House restaurant, Fish House, whatever they call it here. It's one of my favorites, but they don't have General Tso's chicken. You ask for General, they got a catalog of food, and it's traditional Chinese. It's not Americanized. They have a lemon chicken that's good. It's kind of like reminds me of something that we were used to back at home, but they never could give me what I missed and what we grew up eating Chinese food back home.
That
And that's-
exact match flavor, that Americanized Chinese food.
So we
And
try to replicate that and bring it on a few items here on the menu. Even though we're an American style restaurant, we have Mexican food. And if you think about it, American food's quite diverse. Pizza,
Yes.
even though it's an Italian food, spaghetti, meatballs, all that we have. We do our Americanized style of what everybody wants. When they come here and get spaghetti, they don't want sweet Jollibee styled sauce.
Exactly.
So we don't. We do the Italian style, chicken parm, stuff like that. So we now have the Chinese offering on the menu. And
So our menu is getting complete.
yeah, completing it. We got the tacos, we got the other
A
stuff,
little bit of
Mexican
everything,
stuff.
but everything good.
But that's American food. Americans want
That's it.
tacos, Americans want
Sure.
pizza, Americans want steak, Americans want country fried steak, which we have.
Oh yeah.
And Americans want hamburgers, of course, which we have plenty of those.
And it's the best in town.
Now we have the American Chinese section of
That's
the menu.
it. Because, I think back, every week I went out to Mexican at least once. I had Chinese food at least once, right?
Yeah, mix it up.
And so now if you want some General Tso's chicken or orange chicken, comes with veggie fried rice.
Yeah, you get the fried rice.
And exact match flavor of Americanized Chinese food.
Yeah,
Right
nobody
here.
said they didn't like it yet.
Yeah.
I've served it to many, many people here, and everybody's left happy so far. So I guess we're doing okay with it.
It's all the time, my friends. So me and Fatima have been tearing up the Chinese food.
And she likes the burgers, man.
She loves.
She goes for the burgers.
She loves the
Yeah.
burger. The candy. I always mess up how you say it. The
Candy barbecue. Yeah, candy bacon.
Candy bacon
maple bacon barbecue.
That's a long title, but yeah.
It's a long title.
It's
bacon.
candied bacon burger, basically
Candied-
what everybody knows it as.
Bacon maple
That's her fave.
barbecue. That's her favorite. She loves it.
Very
That's
good.
the one when she orders it, right? I'm thinking let's 50-50 it, and what she's thinking, she's gonna eat half now and half later, and she doesn't want to share.
No.
So that's the problem. So I know now if she wants that, I gotta order two because she don't want to.
She don't want to give it up.
Sure.
She don't want 50-50.
Yeah, I'm surprised, man. She's ordering this
And
burger.
it's a
she's,
big burger.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is a big burger.
And it is surprising because she's not big on beef and she's not big on eating hamburgers when we
American food, right?
go to McDonald's or Burger King. She's looking for chicken leg and some rice.
Yeah.
But when we come here, she's going after that burger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her go-to, isn't it?
Yeah. So suppose we've been eating like kings for a couple weeks now.
Forrest likes his French fries, that's for sure.
He loves fries, but they've been eating biscuits and gravy. I tell you what, we started going with was the Hungry Man breakfast skillet.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, and it comes out on the
sizzling plate.
little
Yeah.
sizzling plate, and so we ended up going with that. pretty much every morning. Just the flavors and the Belgian waffle. Kids
Yummy.
Kids like
tear
waffles.
up the waffle.
Sure.
So
It's like dessert.
that's what we've been doing. And this just
Catching up on your food.
We've been catching up on nutrition and the food. That's what we've been doing. And trust me, it was way overdue. Way overdue. But I warned them. I said, look, for 2 years they've basically been in village basic training, province basic training. They graduated basic training.
Yeah.
And the diet of 80% rice, that's over.
Well, the first thing you did,
over.
of course, you gave me a heads up that you were coming. The first
Yes.
thing I saw when I saw you, and I don't watch a lot of video. I keep up with what you guys are doing, but honestly, I'm like you. I don't watch other
We ain't got
vloggers'
time.
videos. As good as a friend as you are,
Yep.
I still don't watch full videos. I'll check it out and
Yep.
all in the camera lies, but he's transformed from not drinking and eating shitty food, I guess.
Yeah.
So you have definitely shaped up from when I saw you last, and you noticed I had also lost weight.
Yeah,
and
folks.
shaped up, Mercy and I both, because our pastime basically is we started going to the gym.
Yes.
And if you go back a few videos, you'll see where I did some boxing with the guy that looks just like Manny Pacquiao.
Yep,
When I
saw
first
that.
joined the gym in AC Fitness, we took it upon ourselves to get healthy. My son's a personal trainer in LA. He's been fighting, Dad, I want you to work out. You need to go to the gym. And I've been
Yep.
like any other 58-year-old procrastinating. I don't want to go to the gym. It's one of those chores that you just have to make yourself do. And we started going to the gym there at AC Fitness first for about, I'd say we went to the gym every day
We
almost.
used
Every day,
No anymore.
not as much anymore, but
Once
we
a week.
we went to the gym every day religiously for about 2 months straight. We didn't miss a day. Didn't take a day off. And we'd go, and when I went for a reason. I'm going to do it. So we started bulking up, and I got a little more in shape from that. And then a friend of mine invited us to pickleball.
Okay,
That's
here we
where
go,
it all,
folks.
That's where it all changed.
Pickleball.
Now, when I went to the gym, I worked out legs one day, arms, upper body the next day, and I always did my core exercises every day, my sit-ups with crunches and all that. And that was my routine every time. One day I'd do my biceps, triceps, and chest, and then next I'd let it rest and do legs the next day, and still keep that core going. But when I forget who introduced us to Greg. So Greg, another subscriber that came here, got us going into pickleball. And I always loved table tennis, ping pong. I grew up on ping pong, so I have a knack for the paddle. But I'd never played pickleball. I've heard of it. My sister, Sue, injured her foot years ago saying, I broke my foot playing pickleball. I'm like, what the hell's pickleball?
I thought it was,
Make you break your foot in 3 places. She was off
I
her
thought
foot.
it was some old folks game, like they play
They
like
did basically, but
shuffleboard.
it's
type.
turned into something
I thought that
more.
was that too.
It's turned into more, I guess, mainstream, and I see why. It's very addictive, and
I didn't know what it was till he explained it to me.
we've cut down on going to the gym because we do about 3 nights a week playing pickleball, 2 to 3 nights, 3 hours at a time. And we've established a group. Greg, until he left, went back to Vegas, got us into it.
Shout out to you, Greg.
Yeah,
How you
shout
doing,
out,
man?
brother.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
But he got us into it. He got me and Mercy hooked, and we got a group of people that we friend on Facebook.
This is pickleball injury. Look.
Yeah, you got
This
an injury.
bruise. Look, my bruise.
It's
Wow.
Yeah,
I
you can
know.
get nailed
That's
with that
from
ball.
getting hit by a ball, by
Yeah.
the pickleball.
Yeah, it starts out quick, but as time
legs,
flows, it
I'm
slows
always
down a
injured.
little. But if you're up on the net and you get pegged by a pickleball, you know it.
Yeah, he
Fun,
showed me a
guys.
video of somebody getting hit right in the face. It didn't look too. It looked painful.
Yeah, it gets highly competitive.
yeah.
It
If you
can
don't,
be.
folks, if you don't know what pickleball is,
Just look
explain
it up.
It's like a thick wiffle ball, right?
It's a wiffle ball basically with it's a hard. It's heavier than a
Yeah.
standard wiffle
It's
ball.
a heavy, thicker
thicker
wiffle
material, so it's got some weight to it compared to a wiffle ball from a bat that's got holes in it. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the practice golf balls that you use in your backyard, the little ones
Yes.
with holes in them, so you don't have to.
Yes.
You can hit as hard as you want, but it's not going to go that far. It might start out pretty quick, but it dies down quick, and you go retrieve them easily. That's kind of like that, but a big version of it, a larger version. Ain't nothing soft about it, like no furry tennis ball or anything. There's no give. When it hits you, it smacks you pretty hard. It'll leave a mark if you're up close.
And the paddles look like a ping pong
They look
paddle
like an
on
oversized
steroids.
ping pong paddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger.
They're harder. They make them in different carbon fiber and all that. And you can spend hundreds of dollars on a pickleball paddle.
They can be expensive.
You can spend hundreds of dollars
Hundreds.
on a paddle. I spent $30 for my latest one. I probably won't change it. I'm good. But if I can't play with that and do well, I don't need to play. But anyway, that's our thing. Pickleball's become
Three nights a week.
3 nights a week. 3 nights a week, 3 hours a session. We rent a court, and all our group comes. And you may sit out a game or two, wait for the winner. You play the winners, rotate it out. So you're not playing constantly for 3 hours, but sometimes we are. If 4 of us shows up, we're playing 3 hours.
So you're talking about three
play
hours
doubles.
of cardio.
3
It's
hours
basically
of cardio.
Yes.
So I was coming out of the gym. We both were starting pickleball, and I'm like, I'm in shape. There ain't no way this is gonna hurt me. Every bone in my body hurt the next day. Every muscle I wasn't using in the gym, concentrating on working, whether you work it out or not. It's just a difference to running around and
Use
bending
muscles.
over and grabbing and
You're using every muscle
just-
in your
and
body.
it's not air conditioned, so it's warm in there.
Yeah.
We play at night to avoid
you
the
sweat.
daytime heat.
Oh, you get
Yeah,
soaking wet.
I got to bring a
Oh.
change of clothes to drive home on. I now bring a new shirt every time because I got to wring out the other one. So that's why we've melted down some kilos here recently.
It's due to the
It's
pickleball.
due to pickleball,
Yep.
not the gym. Gym's helped bulk me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Got
But
us,
the
got us in
pickleball
shape.
is responsible for shedding the kilos.
The pounds and the fat's going away. The only thing keeping me as fat as I still am is this food. Because
Yeah.
I haven't
Yes.
stopped eating.
It's too good.
I haven't stopped eating our good food because that's what we do. I got to test things too from time to time here. Make
Yeah, you
sure,
got to. You
Make
got
sure
to.
everything's still on par. That's my excuse, right? But yeah, the pickleball is our pastime now. If we're not here at the hotel,
You find us over there. in
you'll
the
find
court.
us on the pickleball court or in the gym. So we still go to the gym, but not near as much as we did.
Yeah.
Because you just can't do. I've tried going to the gym and then playing pickleball that same night.
No, it
Gee
doesn't work.
whiz, do I want to kill myself now or later?
So it's
we're
just-
not young bucks anymore. Whose is this? Oh,
we
Mercy got
got coming
served
in here,
first.
folks.
Ooh, got a steak, a ribeye,
Yummy.
and
tell
me.
us.
You guys look at
Tell
this.
us about the ribeye steaks
Look
here,
at
man.
this. Oh my God.
So this is our 17 and a half ounce, 500 gram ribeye.
Take a look at that, folks.
Wow.
That's a proper ribeye. I got deviled eggs with mine. Mercy got mashed potatoes and veggies,
Mixed
You know what I should do?
homemade mashed potatoes.
I'm gonna bust out the
Gravy.
bust out the iPhone here, and I'll get some
I like the
stills,
deviled eggs.
folks.
Oh,
Take a
yummy.
look at
Look at
that. I got mashed potatoes with gravy. The gravy's on the side here,
And Mark is,
and I got the
is
deviled eggs.
Mark here has sinned, in my opinion, on a steak. He got this well done.
Yep. I got it well done.
You don't chance anything.
Well, you know that, but you know what? That's how I. Sorry to
We
rest
like
you.
to
That's how you.
That's
how
how
you
I've
do
always
Well done, I know.
well done. I've always been a well done guy.
But you will enjoy a steak well done here because our steaks are so good, imported USDA,
Yes.
marbled like you won't believe. So you will enjoy your well done steak. It won't be tough, I guarantee you.
I can't tell you. I don't even know the last time. When was the last time I had a steak?
Well, you're gonna have one now. Oh, I got me some coleslaw.
Oh, there's a coleslaw. Oh, the
I had a
coleslaw is
little
American
coleslaw
style.
here. Check
Look at
that out.
Look at that coleslaw, folks. Look at that. Hope I got a good angle.
Oh yeah.
On the dangle
Thank you,
there.
ladies. I
So
think
far,
we're
so
good.
good.
I'm gonna get my gravy on my potatoes and I'll be ready to go.
Well, man, thank you very much. Because I thought we were just gonna have a talk. He said, "No, man, we got to bring out some steaks."
we're gonna eat. We're gonna celebrate right. Our
I said, "Bring them on
Reunion.
out."
reunion done right.
Yeah. It's been a while. And people, they're asking us, hey, we miss you guys. And
We gotta go camping trips.
Camping trip.
Everybody,
I said, yeah,
yeah.
I miss that too.
Missing the
Believe me.
camping trips, man. I haven't been on a camping trip since we went.
I know. We have to.
I've been to
We have to do
Baguio.
it,
I've been
yeah.
to Boracay once. That was a tragedy. But
Yeah, tell us what happened in Boracay,
Well,
my friend.
we went there and for our first time, and of course we always go on a trip during a typhoon or something.
Right.
So it rained a lot, but that wasn't the bad part. Beautiful place. Don't get me wrong. Boracay, in a way, I think it's a little overrated. Little.
That's the word that
I'm
I
going to be
always
honest
hear.
about everything I say when
Yep.
it comes to reviewing food at other places, or if I go on a trip, I'm going to tell the truth about everything. I would probably go back in a sunnier time. It was a bad weather choice of time
Yeah.
to go, but the worst thing about it was we ate the food on a excursion trip. We did an
Okay.
island hopping tour around to some places, and we got food poisoning from that
my God,
from
that
that
was a
trip. And I know
nightmare.
it was from that trip because Drake didn't eat anything on that trip that day. We ate at the hotel, and the hotel had a great Aqua hotel. If you go to Boracay, stay at the Aqua. Great buffet in the morning, breakfast buffet, well done. Great accommodation, beautiful pools. I would recommend that resort, the Aqua,
Called Aqua.
highly. It was not the
Very
cheapest
nice.
place on the island, but we weren't going to go cheap that route. I'm a cheap bastard, but I wasn't going to
You're not cheap.
go on. I wasn't going to go.
I don't let you do that.
I won't spend $300 on a pickleball paddle either. I'll take the $30 one every day, and I'm good with it. But I have my limits on what I want to spend. Sometimes we're on budgets. We got to play. But when we go on a place for the first time like Boracay, I want to do it right. And that place was sweet. But that trip, they feed you on these boat rides, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it. Please don't do
My
it.
recommendation is don't ruin your trip by taking a chance. Sorry
Eating food.
I won't mention the cruise or the trip we took, but
No.
I just recommend just don't take a chance. Eat at the hotel, eat all you can, then go on your trip and eat when you get back somewhere.
Or get some snacks so you
But
don't.
we couldn't get on the flight back because it happened the day before we were supposed to leave, and that night we were up all night,
Yeah.
just sick as a dog from that meal. All of us that ate there, minus Drake, because he didn't. I knew it was from that food.
That was smart for him.
Yeah, he played it smart on that one. Well, he only didn't eat because they only serve Filipino food, and he won't eat Filipino food.
Anyway.
He wants American food like this anywhere he goes. So
Folks,
he
I tend to
didn't want to
agree.
do it.
I got to agree with you because, on those boat tours, it just gets left out.
No, not
they don't have
safe.
adequate coolers, and
Taking your chances.
And they prepare the food early, very early.
Yeah, it sits
And
out
then
all day
it's-
on the boat.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, you're taking your chances. I like our new little paper towel holders here. They're actually televisions.
They're cute. You can put your phone
You
inside.
slide your phone in here and you can watch your videos here in the front. Nobody really knows what they are until I show them. I put my phone in there and you got a video playing.
I didn't realize what they were.
They're pretty cool. But I saw those the other day. I said I gotta have them. But anyway, that was our trip to Boracay. We got sick, had to rebook another flight out. Had doctors come to our hotel room and try to give us IVs for 30,000 pesos.
At your
I said
hotel
that-
room.
Yeah, yeah.
For 30K?
30K for an IV of the
A
fluids.
little less than $600 for an IV.
Needless to say, again,
But it's room
I
service.
passed.
It's
I
room
passed.
service.
Yes.
I said I'll make it with Gatorade. We we replenished our fluids with Gatorade. I passed on the 30K IV. That normally should be 1,000 pesos anywhere you go here. And Dr. Angela's here.
Recently there was an actor, I think he's a Mexican actor,
What's his name?
that ended up he's in the hospital in Dubai, last article I saw.
No.
And not to make any accusations, but he had recently posted from Palawan.
Oh, he had
I
an
think on
excursion
Vid-
trip too?
He was on a boat
Oh,
with some
yeah.
food.
Makes sense.
And I thought about you and your Boracay trip, and he's in the
got sick.
hospital in Dubai. Yeah.
By all means, guys, if you're coming here, take the trips, take the excursions, skip the food. If you want to play it safe, I mean, I'm sure there's many people that had the food. You watch these vloggers on these trips, and they show you all this seafood and stuff they're eating on the boat, and but they're not showing you the day after when they're in the hospital getting
IV.
getting an IV from food poisoning. Now, I'm not saying it happened to everybody. It probably didn't. It was one of those things. But
No, it's just
by all
one-
means, I'm not making a negative light on tourism or anything like that, but it did happen to us. And if I had to do it over again, and I will, we're planning a trip to Palawan, El Nido, and Coron. I'll go on those excursions, but I will feed myself well somewhere else before I get on one. I won't take a chance anymore because that ruined our trip.
Better safe than sorry.
What do you think about that steak there, Mark?
Absolutely delicious, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Amazing,
tender,
right?
just cuts right through there.
Butter.
It is delicious, man. It's like butter.
Mashed potato too, right? It's very good.
Oh yeah, home style mashed potatoes and gravy right there, guys. But anyways, that was that, and like I said, we're planning on more trips soon. We'll make some videos about these trips when we go, and yeah, we're ready for a little breaking the action
I
here,
am ready.
and we hadn't been to these places, and we should have been by now, and we haven't really went many other places besides Boracay. I've been to Baguio, went to Mindoro, Puerto Galera a while back.
You got rained out in Baguio, right? And you were staying in a
We
tent.
were in
Yeah.
a tent in Baguio.
We picked the wrong day.
We always go in a typhoon, man. It rained the whole time we'd hit that tent. Well, we've been to Baguio twice, so second time wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
We had a apartment condo then. First time I really loved for it to work out because those tents were cool, man. Those were luxury
Yeah, they were
tents.
cool.
Glamping. It was really glamping. We've roughed it in some tents before in some little islands, and that was fun. But you know, you had to deal with the heat and all that. These places had air conditioning and TVs and king size beds, bathrooms and everything in these tents.
But they don't have a heater.
No
It
heater.
was
True.
so cold.
It was freezing, man. I had to put the hair dryer because it's a dome. So the bathroom was situated kind of behind the bed. They had made a bathroom behind their door and everything, proper bathroom. There's a hair dryer on the wall. So I lodged that hair dryer along the edge of that tent and left it on all night. And it just
Keep it
pumped
warm.
heat around that tent. And it helped. It was noisy, but it helped. But yeah, the air con they had in there didn't have heat mode, which they should in Baguio because it's cold. It's cold there. But yeah, that's what's going on with us, man. And we're looking forward to doing something else soon and doing some videos possibly here. You said you wanted to do some live streaming maybe, or some ideas you had.
Yeah, we got some ideas for some shows. Might be interesting.
You want to break out a little bit of it here and tempt people for the future, or
we
what?
might as well just break right into it, right?
Break right into your ideas. All right. And
Well,
coming soon
We had this
to
idea.
Papi's on Walking Street as well as here.
what if we invited?
Red Street, I mean.
It'll always be walking
It'll all
street
be
to me, man.
Yeah.
True.
Was the purpose of changing the name of that street supposed to make it more family friendly?
Who knows?
There's no way.
The Red Street, formerly
Known as Walking
known
Street.
as
yeah.
Walking Street, it'll always be Walking Street to me.
I think most people will be too.
If they want family oriented, they need to put amusement park. Otherwise, it's not gonna be.
Exactly.
They had amusement park out there way back, didn't they? Little fair type thing.
Well, I don't know how you can name a street Red Street and think it's more family friendly. I should pay somebody to climb up on the sign and just write light right next to
You
it.
put light.
Red Light Street. I mean,
Yeah.
so I thought it'd be interesting if we go down. Well, you don't have to go down there, but if we invite 50 ladies to come to breakfast, you know, free breakfast on us. We give out 50 invitations. And what would be interesting to me is to see how many ladies would show up for breakfast. A couple reasons. Number one, Filipinos don't like to get up early. Now, if you said lunch or supper, more would show up. But in my experience, they don't like to show up early. So that would be interesting to me. If I invite 50 for breakfast,
See if 10 shows up.
How many Filipinas would show up at, put a time on there. Hey, you got to be here at 6:30, or 6 o'clock or 7. I know you open at 7.
Yeah.
So 7 o'clock. How many ladies would show up at 7 to come get a free breakfast? And we were discussing it today, and one gentleman said there probably wouldn't be but 5 or 6 show up.
Out of 50.
Out of 50, that was his opinion.
You never know.
But
we got
you
a pretty
never
good
know.
pretty popular here in town for poppies. They might take advantage of it. You never know. You might have 50 of them show up in here. Be ready.
That'd be great.
Might have 50 ladies show up here. You can accommodate 50 ladies, right?
Well, I need to really hope that it's 30, so I have 20 seats left for everybody watching the live stream
we can
to come in and partake.
That's true. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to live
Invite
stream
the public. Come on in. See what happens.
And so if nobody shows up, you'll see us sitting here laughing. If 50 show up, you'll see us sitting here laughing.
You'll have about 50 dudes out here waiting for it.
Exactly. I mean, if I knew there were
Eating breakfast.
50 chicks going to breakfast, I'd get up out of bed and get over there,
Hey,
right?
that's an opportunity to meet somebody.
Exactly.
It's like a speed dating.
Yeah, like speed dating. So anyhow, that's the idea for
One idea, right?
for a show. One idea. Let me know what you think. If that sounds interesting, leave it down in the comments, and I think we need to make that happen.
Yeah, we can do it.
But there's several steps to this process because
You got to round them up first, right?
we got to go round them up, which means me and you got to make up some little invitations or cards or something, and we
You're
got to
quarterly invited to Papi's at 7 a.m.
Absolutely. You're
Wednesday
cordially
morning. You
invited
don't want to
for
pick a
breakfast.
weekend. It might be harder to get them on the weekend.
Yeah, we can do it.
Wednesday or Thursday, maybe.
That's fine. And of course, me and Eric are going to have to go out to these establishments or out on the street.
And recruit.
Yeah. It'll take us most of the night, Mercy. You have to understand, right?
Oh yeah.
You got to take one for the
We'll
team.
we got to take one for the team. We'll be in by probably 4 or 5. And just invite these ladies to breakfast and see what happens. What a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Man, I started to call it Bar Girl Appreciation Breakfast, but that would make the assumption that that's all we're inviting. If we see some nice ladies on the street, so
Well,
we're
yeah.
just gonna,
Whoever.
we're just inviting people to breakfast to see how many people will show up, how many ladies will show up.
But
for
you're going to
breakfast.
start at lollipops, end up at shooters probably.
That sounds like a good route. I don't know how many chicks are in there in Lollipop. We might just make one
Might
stop.
just make one stop. You're right. You might be overbooked.
Oh, the title might change. We invited every girl from Lollipop for breakfast. Now, folks, this is good, clean fun. No law says you can't invite somebody to come eat breakfast, get some biscuits and gravy or chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice, yeah.
Yeah, no
Tops
law
along.
against that, right?
Yeah, whatever they want.
Be doing good work. That's how I look at it.
Community service.
Little community service, yeah.
It's been a while since I had a ribeye, man.
I know, right? It's been a while, Papi.
Very good.
It's delicious.
Now, I never get them well done, but I've had people tell me well done, they were still good, still tender.
It's perfect, man. It's so tender.
Yeah, mine's crying, mooing over here. It's still alive. Deviled eggs, man.
Delicious.
Everything is good.
Love deviled eggs.
I take it back. I did have a steak. We bought some cow because on Saturdays they slaughter a cow down there at the local market.
Yeah?
And Maddie cooked that thing on the barbecue grill.
Yeah?
Of course, everybody in the village were in an uproar. They didn't want the beef touching the pork or the fish or anything
Really?
else. Oh yeah,
Can't touch it.
They acted like it was, kryptonite. So Maddie weathered the storm, cooked the steaks for me. And man, that beef was tougher than shoe leather, man. I might have acted. I don't want to say I acted. I mean, I ate it, but ain't no way Grandma could eat that. She ain't got no teeth. that beef was so tough. Man, it was rough.
Yeah.
This right here is like you said. It's like cutting butter.
Yeah, it's very good. I'll have a girl bring out a raw steak here in a minute to show you why it's so good. It is so tender. The marbling on these steaks is unbelievable. I sold meat my whole life. Most of my food career, I sold a lot of beef, and I've never seen a steak this marbled before. And we are able to get this pretty regularly now.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had challenges in the past getting good meat to serve for here, and a lot of times it's from Brazil or whatever, always imported. But they'd be good for a week or two. They'd change their supplier or something, and
Put this, and this, and wrap it. Thank you.
it'd be tough. These here have been straight up great every single time.
Well, man, if you get in the crunch and you need a supplier, I can contact my slaughterhouse down there next to the bait shack.
We don't serve caribou here.
You never know.
No, we don't.
I'm pretty sure it was a cow.
No. But in Angeles, yes. No, here in Papi's, never.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm not going to name the place,
No, we don't.
but we went out the other night with some friends.
What'd you get?
Carabao.
I went to a barbecue place, and I've eaten there before, and they were always pretty good. And I don't remember ever getting this meal with this rib, but it had a rib on the plate. It looked like Fred Flintstone somebody threw it on the side of his car, and it tipped him over.
Yeah, Brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus burger,
Oh,
Brontosaurus rib. It was a giant rib, and supposedly it was beef rib. It had the gamiest.
We call it standard.
Had a gamiest standard flavor to it, and it was unedible, and it was rubbery and just anything about it. And funny thing is, my friend I went
Maybe
with,
they're using the same slaughterhouse.
it might be the same slaughter
from Don Bonsai.
My friend Jim brought his wife Judy, and they have a channel as well. I'm sure you guys probably heard of them, Ugly Tourist. We ate together, and she's Filipina, of course, and she couldn't even eat it.
Really?
But she said definitely.
She said it's definitely carabao. And I'm like, well, only you would know, I guess.
But they were selling it as beef, or it just wasn't.
They didn't
it was
say
bait.
specifically. It's things that you eat that kind of ruins the rest of the night, the food, because you can't kill that flavor. Once you try it, it's like, that's so
strong.
putrid, and it wasn't spoiled or anything. It was just,
No, it's just the
Had to be
flavor.
carabao.
it was a bad
Oh, yeah.
piece of unexpected flavor that never left the rest of. My palate was abused from that point until I had drink me a strong rum and coke or something to kill it. It wasn't going away. So that's what we had there. But anyway, the steaks, to find a good steak here, it's challenging. So we finally found a good source for these steaks that's been very good for a long time, and so my supplier's guaranteeing me he'll keep having these available. And
And we're not going to put that supplier out there because
heck no.
it'll be 10 times as hard for you to get
Well, let me tell you,
the steaks.
the supplier that I deal with, some of them are unique to serving restaurants only. You can't even buy them from
Oh, I can't.
consumers. You have to have
Oh, you need
permits,
permits and all that,
you got to show
yeah.
that you're a business and all that. You can only buy so much. You can't buy small amounts. It's
50,
So I buy
75 kilos.
30 to 50 kilos at a time. So it's not like everybody can go out and just buy from these guys. Anyway, they're out of Manila.
Yeah, very many.
They come here a couple times a week, and that's how we get our good steaks.
Well, it's absolutely delicious, man. I'm trying to debate whether or not I want to save half of this for Fatima.
No,
You done?
I am full, but I'm going to finish the meat.
Wow.
I'm going to finish it all, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't save it.
I know it's not the same later, but I'll try.
What a
Make
meal,
a
my
sandwich.
friends. That's absolutely just on time. My goodness.
Papi's, try it.
Check this
I
out.
love it.
I don't know if the camera can pick this up. I'm going to cut this piece of steak with my fork. Watch. Watch this.
There you go.
I definitely have to put a little pressure on it because it is a steak.
No, you cut the steak with a fork.
You can cut this with a fork. That's just how, look, I just cut that with a fork. That's how tender that is.
Yep. There you go, right there.
Very good.
Butter and rosemary seasoned.
Garlic.
Garlic, butter, rosemary. That's all you need on a steak. I'm struggling though. It's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of meat, man.
500 grams.
I can't finish it. I'm gonna save that for the
17
lady.
ounce.
I did pretty good, folks, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna save the rest of
that's
that
a lot.
for.
Now we do have a
The lady.
we do have a half version of this for breakfast, steak and eggs. So it's 250 grams, 8.5 ounces, versus the 17.5 with eggs and potatoes, and it's a good breakfast. If you like steak and eggs, it's a good size, manageable.
This right here is enough for me and the old lady both. So this
Yeah.
is a meal for two, really.
It can be. It could be, but most guys come in here, they eat the whole thing, man. We're
finish
very,
it.
very popular for this steak. Once the word gets out, you can find a good steak.
Right
The best
there.
part is
Delicious.
1,350 pesos, not 4,000 pesos. Go anywhere else in town and get a steak that big, if you can get one 500 grams. They ain't charging you
So this-
$13.50.
So this whole meal is $13.50.
Choice of two sides.
$13.50.
And I don't make a lot on it, but we make a lot of friends. And that's the idea. I want to
think
I want to give everybody in town an opportunity to eat a good steak
Yeah.
for a fair price, or better than fair price. Go to Texas Roadhouse and order a 500 gram steak.
Oh, it's cost you a fortune.
3,500, 4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went there and ate, and we had a great dining experience.
Oh
but,
yeah, they're good.
But we didn't eat the steak because
It's
it's
pricey.
3,500.
Yeah, it's 35.
Pricey, yeah.
Whatever it is. We went with the chicken, and great meal. But yeah, you can't beat that price. We just looked at some steaks today. I think the steak itself was over 1,000 pesos.
Well, because I buy
Just for
so
the steak.
much,
It's cheaper.
because I buy so many quantity,
Yeah.
you have to as a business, right? I am for now. Thank you very much.
You can put it in between.
I'm going to take my fork because I'm going to eat this slaw. I didn't touch my slaw. That's my
Yeah,
dessert.
when you get a chance, put
Yeah.
mine in a takeaway and the
Yeah.
slaw too, because yeah, I'll just take that with me. Folks, wow. Man, thank y'all very much.
No, man.
Thank y'all very much, folks.
You got it. At least
telling
I could
you.
do is share some food with you after all this time.
Right
After
here.
2 years.
That right there, that menu right there, like I said, I think we've
Takes you
ate
home, doesn't it?
everything on the menu over the past couple weeks. Everything's delicious. And it takes you back home. You need a slice of Americana. And especially after being down there for 2 years. My goodness, folks, I could eat here every day. That's what we've been doing for 2 weeks.
I know I'm probably crunching this slaw into this microphone. You'll probably
I do
edit this
too.
later. And like, God dang, we're eating during this video,
No,
and it's
man,
nothing
because-
but crunching and swallowing. And
I
just
used to
noticed
think
it.
that we needed to edit that out until I started watching, I didn't watch, but I learned about those videos called
ASMRs.
ASMR, where,
People want to hear that shit.
yeah, and you know how, like, Maria was watching a video, and I just heard this crunching and this crunching. And I'm like, what is that noise?
Somebody eating a crab shell or something.
She was sitting there watching some girl eat candy, hard candy, and she wasn't talking, she was just sitting there.
That was what it's all about,
I
the
said,
noise. Huh?
why are you watching that? Why is that interesting? I have no idea, but she found it interesting. It's got millions of views.
Somebody eating
Some
rock
chick
candy.
sitting there eating rock candy for like an hour. So, yeah, no, I'm leaving all the crunching
Oh,
in there.
okay,
man.
gotcha.
Yeah. So, so we got an idea for a video. And I was actually, when I thought about it, I first wasn't going to tell you about it. I was just going to show up here with like 50 bar girls, you know,
Surprise.
And, yeah, and just pack out the place.
Here
and
I
be
am.
Like,
I'm back.
I said, nah, he's my friend. I can't do that to him. We'll do the first one, and if it goes well, maybe I'll do it to him next time.
Yeah, right.
Maybe the
Next
second
one will be a
video will be,
surprise.
I
There'll
invited,
be 30 people in here already, and they come running in.
or I'll invite 100.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Well, we can only seat about 50 in here comfortably. It'd be standing room
One
only.
for breakfast and another one for lunch.
Standing room only at
Yeah,
Papi's.
they can stand around the bar
Sure
there
they
and
can.
still
We
eat.
can make
Yeah.
it work. They pull all the chairs out, shoulder to shoulder. We can probably put 20 of them around that bar. Funny.
Well,
So let's we're going to talk about Steve because he had an interesting offer, right? Yeah.
You know,
Talking to Mr. Steven yesterday.
Yeah, we're talking to our
For a
friend
while.
Steven for a while. And let me put a disclaimer out there. Okay, this doesn't have anything to do with me or Eric or anything like that. We're not guaranteeing any part of this offer that he told us about. It's just an interesting story.
Well, we started talking about boats for some reason.
We started talking about boats, and he threw an offer out there for anybody who's interested. So all we're gonna do is just repeat his offer, and we have to figure out a way to put somebody that's interested in touch with Steven without putting his email address out there. He'll get 1 million emails. We'll have to figure it
I
out.
don't know any other way. You're just going to have to get him because I'm not taking all these calls.
Well, I'm not taking the calls either.
I'm not taking all this.
Maybe Facebook Messenger.
Anyway, he's got a boat, and it's not for
Yeah.
sale.
According to him, it's free.
A free
He's-
sailboat.
What kind
He's
of? Wait a minute. What kind of
giving-
boat?
A
he's
40-foot sailboat, wasn't it?
He's giving away a free 40-foot sailboat with only one condition. You have to pay the boat fees, or the boatyard
The
fees.
yard fee that it's been sitting on for a while, right?
Yeah, it's been-
it's dry dock.
Yeah, so let me get my notes
What is
here.
the boat? Here in Philippines?
Oh no, it's
Okay.
in where? Thailand?
It's in Malaysia,
Malaysia.
about 2 hours outside of Kuala Lumpur. And what did they say, 2017, they put it up on blocks
We have a
there
contact in Malaysia.
in the marina.
Yeah,
So it's been sitting there since 2017, right?
I believe that's what he said. Yeah, it's been a few years.
And
8 years.
Initially he was
Been there a little while.
yeah, it's been there a while. But initially he was paying the fees, and they had plans to go back down there. But at this point, he's not going back down there. The boat's sitting there, and I think it was what did we say, 12 grand on the fees? I think
I
he
can't
said
remember the amount
I-
that he owes on it right now.
yeah on the dockyard fee, the boatyard fees.
I wonder if it's still there. They might have sold it already to pay for the fees he owes.
no. He said it was still there.
Wow.
Okay.
They might show up there and be gone already. Say, sorry, sir. Got to do something about all these
I
fees.
asked him. He said no.
But he's got contacts there still
yeah,
that
he's
says
talked
it's
to him,
still
still
there.
there.
Dry
And-
dock. He said, of course it needs
It's going to need
fixing
some work.
up after
Yeah.
sitting for so long. It's going to need paint.
Okay,
and-
let me get my old man glasses on here. All right, folks. It's a 1977 Valiant 40-foot sailboat from the USA. All the documents are from the US. It's got a 40 horsepower diesel, and I think we were uncertain, so we said 15,000 on the yard fees. It's less than that probably, but just say less, somewhere around 15K or less on the yard fees.
15 US.
15,000
He owes money.
US. And I asked him, hey man, how much is the boat worth if you were to sell it? And he said probably around 50,000. Okay, that's what he valued it. Now it needs some work to be seaworthy. All the
Probably
paperwork,
cosmetic mostly.
yeah, all
maybe.
the paperwork is title and everything is titled in the U.S. And he's got the documents and everything ready to sign over to somebody.
Just takes it off his hands.
Yeah, if they just pay the boatyard, he'll sign everything over. He said it's been up since 2018.
So we're going to start at the
2018.
highest bidder. It starts at 0. And serious takers may
yeah.
have to sweeten the pot over time to win it over. You know, there's got a lot of people might be interested in this project boat.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're thinking about retiring and you're having that dream of sailing around the world and fixing up an old boat, well, there's somebody out there that will be seriously interested in this deal.
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, obviously, you've
He
got
said he had pictures he could share too, right? Maybe we can flash some pictures up there if he can supply some.
Yeah, if he can send us some by the time I publish this, I'll put them up there.
Well, how about this? Just really interested people. Steve, we'll get you in contact with Steve, right? And he can send you all the pictures you want.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to prevent his email address from being spammed
to death.
But the broad strokes are the boat's in Malaysia. You got to pay around $15,000 in boatyard fees. The boat is worth approximately 50 grand. The papers are at his house in the U.S. and he just wants to
wash his hands of it.
Wash his hands of it because he's sailed the thing around the world. You know, let's just be honest. He's getting older. None of us are getting younger.
Yep.
He's getting older, and he said
it's not for him anymore.
It's not for him anymore. It's not. He just no longer interested in sailing around the world. Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt. Now, what do you do with the boat? And if somebody doesn't take him up on the offer, I guess it'll just sit there until they make, probably, okay, y'all sell it down there, whatever they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
But
he's hung up the idea of the boat. He just wants to be compensated for his dock fees he owes the place, basically.
Yeah. You can have it for whatever the dock fees are, whatever you work out with the boatyard. Maybe the boatyard would take half of that just to get paid. Who knows? You go down there and negotiate it. He just wants that receipt that says paid in full. Clear his conscience. And here you go, man. Here's your boat.
Here's your project.
Now, he did say that there was one issue with those Valiants that were manufactured during that time. They have a little problem with blistering on the fiberglass. It's going to need some
resurfacing,
sort of resurfacing, what have you. But any serious sailor,
they know what to do with it.
Going to know what to do and know
so it's
that,
fiberglass,
that type
not
of
wood.
There you go.
Whole.
That's the information. Now look, I make no guarantees. I'm not getting caught up in this. I'm not part of this business deal.
Disclaimer.
Neither is
Here's
Eric.
the disclaimer.
Here's the disclaimer.
Yeah.
It boils down to.
We're just spreading the news.
Well, it boils down to this. I was talking to this dude in a bar, and I think he did have a shot of tequila or two, right? But it was after he threw the offer out there, so he was stone cold sober.
Yeah. Wasn't
so all we're doing is passing on a story I heard from a dude that I met in a bar. If you want to take it down to basics, right? But he seemed to be serious. Anybody that's interested, I will put in the description how to contact the gentleman. I still haven't figured it out. Maybe I just put his email address there.
Yeah,
he said he's had to see.
Put it right on the screen, man. He said he was okay with it.
He said he was okay with it.
He'll take all the spam out of there, I guess. It's up to him to shuffle through all the madness and get to the real interested people.
He's gonna wake up with like 5,000 emails of people wanting a free boat.
Yeah.
But folks, you got to go to Malaysia. You got to go to Malaysia, spend some time there in Malaysia, fixing the boat before you sail it out of Malaysia. But if you're a true sailor and you got the bank and the know-how, it's an adventure for you. You know what I mean? Just go stay in the boatyard, get a condo right there, overlooking the marina. Spend a few months down there fixing up a boat and sail on into the sunset.
He's staying here at the Drake. We'll see him.
He sailed the damn thing in there, so.
See him before the day's out. Maybe we'll get maybe he changed his mind. I don't know, but I think he was serious at the time. Like you said, he wasn't drinking and just talking smack. He genuinely wanted to find a home for this boat.
Yeah, and
he could just say forget about it. If it was worthless, he wouldn't even bring it up. So obviously it's worth something to somebody, right?
It's worth something to somebody, and there's also that personal connection that we have to our boats, right? It's hard to explain, but I think about the one Muff Diver, my old boat. I think about it often.
The one Muff Diver.
And the comforting thing about the one Muff Diver, when I sold her, the guy gave me a low ball offer, and he showed up over there and he said, "Look, man," he said, "me and my son are gonna use this as a project boat, and we're gonna restore it." And he said, in a year or two, I'll send you some pictures, and this thing's going to be like brand new, and she's going to sail on the waters for another 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm buying it for a project for me and my son. His son was like 12 years old. And that, you know, gave me comfort because I didn't want to see her go down or go, you know, go to the scrap
boat
yard,
junkyard,
the boat junkyard. And once that, I was confident he's telling the truth, wasn't a scam. And he's a guy just looking for a boat to fix up with his kid.
Yeah.
I probably would have gave it to him. You know what I mean? He said, hey, you know, I'll send you some pictures of the progress, or you can come over and take a look at it. And I sold it on the cheap, but when I rolled out of there, I just felt good. I just felt good that she was in good hands and she was gonna sail again. And I think that's part of why he's, you know, why he wants to give it away to a good home, somebody that'll go down there and fix it up.
Stay there and rot away. So
yeah, and sail her up out of there.
So hopefully he can have some recent pictures of it, have somebody send him what it looks like right now versus a nice dressed up picture from years ago before it was sitting there. If I was interested in the boat, I would want, can I see it, what it looks like right now? Are you free or not? I don't want to get too deep into something.
Well, I did ask him this. I
beyond
said,
repair or whatever, right?
You know, next time I go home to Thailand, I could hop a quick flight down there, spend the night or two. Maybe I'd take a tour of the boat. He said, yeah, just no problem.
Yeah.
Tell them you want to come down there and take some pictures and film the boat. Maybe I do that for your entertainment and viewing pleasure.
Be a good trip, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be an interesting trip.
Malaysian trip.
And the boat's name, I said, what's the name of the boat?
Mercy wants to go now.
The boat is called, let me find my notes here. I actually took some notes.
I thought it was the two Muff Diver.
It's called the Chandara.
Chandara.
He said he named it after a Thai girl.
Oh, okay.
Because back in the day, you know, that was his plan. Sail to Thailand and live in Thailand. An interesting guy. I wish that we could have had that whole conversation on video.
There was a lot more than just the boat. Yeah, it
interesting
was
character.
He's a good guy.
Like a Jimmy Buffett / Hemingway type adventure.
Old hippie. Talking about his old music hippie days back in Cape Coral and Fort Myers.
Yeah, pilot, all that good stuff.
All the run-ins with the law and the local law enforcement and losing band equipment. It went on and on.
Something about a damn hamster in a cage hanging from a rear view mirror in a van.
Oh my gosh, that was classic.
And then the police.
Who has a mirror ornament as a live hamster?
I missed that conversation.
Oh, yeah. like a hamster hanging
hamster
from
cage hanging from, instead of fuzzy dice, he had a live hamster.
Yeah.
And then they pulled him over and thought he had pot, but it was really hamster food.
He wasn't in the van.
In a bag
it was
something.
his van. It was his van that the band had borrowed.
Okay,
so the band got pulled over and took them all to jail for weed, but it was hamster food.
Hamster food for the hamster to hang off the damn mirror.
You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Y'all would probably think I'm making this shit up, but he was sitting there and we're like, dude, did you just say it's a hamster cage hanging from the rear view mirror? Yeah. It had hamster food in there and the cops took him to jail for weed.
They had to get it tested. Gotta test this. There ain't no way that's hamster food. Well, look, there's a hamster right there.
And then
I'm not lying.
The next week he joined the Army.
Yeah.
And Eric asked him, he said, did you join the Army because you thought the police were gonna come lock you up? And he said, no, something about
his mom made him get a haircut.
Mom was gonna make him.
If I gotta cut my hair, I might as well join the Army.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So the next Monday he was being shipped out that quick. Anyway, fun guy. Yeah. Steve's got some good stories.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So along with this boat.
Well, the one story, we went on R&R in Australia. Ended up going AWOL for 47 days.
He just didn't go back. He was having such a good time. He said, I'm not going back.
Yeah, he just extended his leave.
Send me back to Vietnam. Forget that. I'm just staying here.
He extended his leave for 47 days. Took an extended vacation. Got back in the country. They busted him from an E4 back to an E1. And according to him, if you were an E1, you couldn't go to the field.
So he won all the way around.
So then they couldn't send him to the field. And then there was a job that came up back in Australia, right? And then he's like, hell, can't do nothing with you here. Might as well send your ass back to Australia. He's like, well, that's where I was trying to go in the first place.
To begin with. Yeah. You hear some stories here, man. You hear a lot of stories, especially in this business. You got a bar and a restaurant, and you got a lot of expats, ex-military, veterans coming in here, and we do have veterans discounts, guys. Here we offer veterans discount, 10%.
10%.
All vets here at Papi's in the restaurant. So
10% off.
we get a lot of vets in here, and we get a lot of stories, man. A lot of fun stories.
A lot of stories. And you know what we were talking about is what I was telling Steven. I said, man, you got to write a book. Just this conversation is a book that
Yeah.
people would buy. Because in 20 years, 30, 40 years, there's no more interesting stories. Because what are these younger, today's generation, what do they do that's interesting? Sitting there,
Phone.
there's no stories.
Yeah.
The stories are,
Stories they're reading on their phone.
they're just disappearing. They're going extinct.
It's true.
So I was just talking to a good buddy of mine about him writing a book. Shout out to you, Rand. Hope you're doing well, man. I'll give you a call here in the next day or so. Yeah, I'm talking to my buddy back in the States. Got an interesting story. So we may be helping him out write a book as well.
Collaborate, make them a chapter in your book.
Oh, he's definitely going to be a chapter in my next book.
You can have a chapter about our stuff too.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because in 20 years,
20 years it'll be worth something, not now.
yeah, there's no more interesting stories coming down the pipe.
AI right now writes all the books. You can just tell AI, write me a book about this, this, and this, and I want it to be 300 pages long. In 5 minutes, you'll have a book. That's the trouble with today and technology. It's all going to that, man. You don't need any songwriters anymore.
Yeah.
You can tell, I want a country western song, that I want a subject matter, this, and
Yeah.
this. Throw this name in there and this name in there, and they'll just pop it out. And it's like nobody, and it's original. Nobody's ever had it before. Nobody's done it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't need songwriters anymore.
One of our viewers sent
And that's
me
from a cheap AI
sent me a
program,
couple songs.
not something high. You know, there's levels of AI. You can pay some good money for some real good AI programs out there, and then you can pay $20 a month for some of these cheaper ones. And even the cheap ones do a great job at that. Can you imagine the high tech ones? So it's going that way, folks.
It's going that
It
way,
is.
but
It's sad, but it is.
you know, I consider myself a very creative person. I'm not a math guy, right? Not a numbers guy, but I know. Maybe it fools most people, but I know right off the
You can
bat.
tell.
I can tell. It's just
AI from the real deal.
I can tell right off the bat, and I lose interest.
Well, from what I'm hearing, and I believe it, it's getting so advanced that you won't be able to tell soon.
Well, so far I'm not impressed because
Yeah.
you know I just did that recent. If you go in the back into YouTube and go over, I think it says inspiration. I just pulled a few topics that YouTube's AI says I should do, and one of them's talking about Fatima should invite her Filipino friends over and try to cook Filipino food.
You already did it.
Well, AI hasn't figured out, number one, that she's Filipino.
Yeah.
Number two, that we're in the Philippines. Now, I did figure out that Fatima don't know how to cook. You see?
I hear
But so far, I'm not.
It's
I'm not
only as good
impressed,
as
man.
what you give it to work with.
It's still garbage in, garbage out, man. So
Yeah.
far, I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Now, if AI, gives me a call on the phone, and I answer the phone, it's like, "Hey, this is a AI. You remember back in 1992, we were at Crystal Chandelier at that George Jones concert. You remember that blonde?" Then I'll be impressed.
Yeah.
Until that can do that shit, I'm not impressed. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't do that. It can't.
Human
it don't-
element is not replaceable.
So, so far, it's for me. This AI is just a search engine 2.0. And what I see on Google, when you used to, you Google, it's got these results. Now it just puts a big old paragraph up there of too much information.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that, man. Just give me 3 links to choose from. Take all that AI bullshit paragraph. I don't got time to read that
Yeah,
paragraph.
get to the point.
Yeah, before they just give you some links to choose from. Now
you gotta read a book
I got to
to
read
get to it.
Reader's Digest to figure out where the information comes from.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed.
Overused.
That's what I think.
So when are we going to do this big feeding you're planning on? You better give me a heads up. I got to make sure I have enough stock in the kitchen to feed
Well,
a bunch of hungry girls.
it's step by step, man. We got to make some invitations.
Yeah, that's true.
We got to make some type of
I just
invitations.
gotta be ready for 50 in case they do all show up.
Because if it's
I don't want to
easily
run out of rice or bacon or fish or whatever we're going to be serving. So
no, if you run out, you just pivot. I mean, matter of fact, hey, you just gave me a great idea.
yeah,
Okay, the
While it
morning,
lasts.
the morning of, we're gonna put a big sign up that says, you know, we're out of stock on rice.
yeah, that'll shoo them away quick.
Just tell all the waitresses when they order, you know, I want some chicken and rice. I'm sorry, ma'am, rice not available.
Yeah,
We'll bring you mashed potatoes, bring you steak,
Fried potatoes.
anything you want, but we're out of
nothing
rice.
but rice. Yeah,
They're gonna chase them away.
yeah, they'll be gone in a heartbeat.
We'll see who survives.
I had a gentleman here that I had a video on way back. His name's Steve. He stayed with us probably the longest out of anyone ever stayed here at the Drake. He's like a fixture here, and he still visits. He's got his own place now, but he's an old Vietnam vet. And he's got some stories too, but he was telling me today his first date he had here in the Philippines
Yeah.
with a Filipina. He took her to dinner. And in the conversation early on in the dinner, he mentioned that he doesn't like rice.
Yeah.
And he said she got up, pushed her chair out, did this, and said, "I'm out of here." Basically,
And
left
left.
him hanging with the bill and whatever. Just cut the date short because he said, "I don't like rice." So
It's
that
the
was like the worst
worst
insult ever.
Yes.
His date couldn't care about anything else but the fact that he didn't like rice. I said, well, that's the first I've ever heard of that, but I do get the feeling that might have been something else going on
Could
there.
have been something else going on.
She used that as a way out, but that's what he said. He shouldn't have badmouthed the rice.
You can't badmouth it. I take a lot of heat
Rice
over it.
is life here.
I take a lot of heat over it, right? Since we moved up here, you know, I don't want to say I banned rice, but they've been eating a diet of 80 to 90% rice, and that's all they're interested in. And you're not going to show me a nutritionist that says a diet of 90% rice is healthy,
Yeah.
especially for growing children.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, you know, everybody wants to hit me on that, but hey, we did the rice experiment for 2 years. Now it's time for a more balanced diet.
Rice experiment.
That's what we did.
You did
So-
the trial.
If Fatima wants to go out on her own and go eat 10 kilos of rice, that's up to her. But the children are going to eat a more balanced diet.
Yeah.
You know,
Get some veggies in their system. Right?
they got to. They got to.
Cool.
So, well, that's what we got, folks. That's what's going on. It's the top 3 bullet points. Let's recap it. Number 1, they've been playing pickleball and they've been losing weight. Number 2, we got a free sailboat to give away in Malaysia. Number 3, we're going to try invite 50. I keep saying bar girls. We're going to invite 50 Filipinas to breakfast, and then we'll live stream it and see how many show up because they do not like waking up early.
Yeah. Social experiment.
A little social experiment, yeah. I don't see anything wrong with that, right?
No,
Wow.
I think it's cool.
I think it'd be great. We'll pick a date and a time, let them all, everybody here locally know when it's going to happen. If they want to come partake and
Yeah.
check it out and be on the live stream,
Yeah.
welcoming all the people coming in, girls coming in, more power to them. Standing room only, it might be, you never know.
It could be either
Come in early.
standing room only or
Get here
The only
early.
problem is we only have 30 rooms now.
Oh, yeah. 30 rooms.
well,
We do have rooms at the Drake, though. Hopefully we're not fully booked that day.
might be 50 expats and 3 ladies show up. It could be the opposite.
It might be, yeah.
We should put a poll up to see, hey, you know, what the viewers think. How
Yeah,
many ladies
we
will
may
show
do a
up?
special that day to bring people into for that breakfast day, and might do a special on the
We'll just put together.
beyond the vet deal that we do for 10%.
Well, you know what,
Maybe
they're
we'll
go-
up the game a little bit on that.
They're going to want to know what's for breakfast, what's on the menu. So what should we say that we're serving?
If you really want to entice them, it's going to have to include rice.
Just
Unfortunately,
tapsilog?
Tapsilog,
We just
egg,
say-
rice, and beef tapa, or hot salog. Got to have that hot dog in the rice. Hot salog.
So it'll be a Filipino breakfast.
logs.
It'll be a
All the logs.
Filipino breakfast. Your choice.
Bust out the logs.
Tapsilog, tocino.
Tocino log.
Tosilog, top
Yeah,
salog,
tapsilog.
hot salog. Pancit.
Because if we say, yeah, we're
Pancit.
serving pizza,
Pancit's every day, morning or night. Do some
Pizza.
pancit.
maybe nobody shows up. So
Yeah,
we'll
you're
offer them
gonna
the,
serve pizza.
the Filipino breakfast to try
Yeah,
to bring them in
yeah.
here.
Well, of course, you gotta give them something they like. I learned the hard way over at Walking Street when we opened up Street Eats over there.
Yeah, tell us how the
It's
folks.
going
He's got a
good.
location down on Walker
Yeah,
Street.
Walking Street, Street Eats, right there in the middle, right across from the Viking Bar in the lobby of the Grand Central, right past Kokomo's, is our little spot, Papi's Street Eats.
So you're sitting there basically staring at all
Staring
the
at
beautiful
the,
ladies.
You're staring at the pirate ship
At the pirates.
directly across.
Yeah.
When we opened that place up,
A year
I
ago.
had just over a year now. It's a year anniversary. I had the idea that we're going to serve a small menu of food, and we weren't going to focus on local type food. It's a foreigner food, just like we kind of serve here. But we do have our Filipino menu.
Yeah.
You have to, right? Something in my head thought I was going to sell chili dogs and chili cheese fries and tacos and nachos down there and chicken wings, and that's it.
You know,
Everybody loves chicken wings.
There's another guy who had that idea.
But-
Shout out to you, Joe. Hot dog
Dog
Joe.
Joe. Yeah,
He
we
was
saw
ju-
him the other day.
He was just in here, folks. Shout out to you, man. Hope you're doing well. Everybody asked about the hot dog stand.
But I made the mistake was,
Yeah.
and I witnessed it so many times. I'm like, oh my God, this was a big mistake. If I don't offer Filipino dishes, pancit,
Yes.
lumpia, adobo, sisig, whatever, like we do here, what happens is the guys want to come eating Papi's.
Yes.
But the
Another
girlfriend says no, they don't have
Yes.
what I want.
Yes.
And who wins that battle?
Yeah. Because the chick's gonna pout. Yeah.
He's going to take her where that food that she wants. And I learned the hard way. I said, oh, we better break out some Filipino food. So now we offer a lot of Filipino food down there
You got
as
to.
well. Just like we've always done here. I realize when the guys want to bring their girlfriends here, they don't want a burger. They don't even want a steak. They want
Yep.
they want
Filipino.
pancit and Filipino food. And we make excellent Filipino food. Our cooks are really good at it.
And they can get it down there
They
too.
can get it there
Yes,
too.
now they
That was
can.
the big mistake though. Hey, live and learn. I just had it in my head. Who's down here on Red Street, Walking Street? It's the foreigners basically.
Yep. But
I'm
they
gonna
got
feed them.
They got a lady in tow.
That lady
they
in
want,
tow
they
is
want
not
Filipino
eating it.
food.
They're not having it. So we broke out rice bowls 3 weeks later, and then now we have an expanded menu
Yeah.
there as well.
It-
Pizza down there too now. Got a pizza oven on Walking Street. Breaking out
Okay.
some pizza. That's new.
Now,
Yeah, gotta have the
if
pizza.
I order a pizza, if I order 2 pizzas and I walk into Atlantis with 2 pizzas,
They'll eat it all.
they're going to eat it all. But the truth be told is like he said, okay, I can take everybody in my crew to any restaurant and they're going to want to order Filipino food. They are not culinary adventurous. They want Filipino food.
Want what they want.
If I take them to pizza, they'd rather have chicken and rice. I take them to a Mexican place, they would rather order pasilao. It's just the way it is, folks. So it's a good point. You get a lady in tow, she's really not interested in something exotic from your country. Just let her get chicken and rice.
Exotic.
Yeah,
Sure
exotic.
you don't want meatloaf, honey?
Exotic, like
mashed
meatloaf,
potatoes and gravy?
a hamburger,
Deviled eggs?
Yeah, no.
Hey, you'd be surprised here. I will mention this. Now, we think that that's true, what you're saying, and I feel it is to an extent. But I have more and more families of Filipinos coming in here to Papi's
Awesome.
with
try
word of mouth, eating all of my American food
Really?
menu.
They're starting to try things. Good.
Because they are becoming, or maybe have been, but I'm just now seeing more and more of it with popularity as word gets out. More and more Filipino families coming in here, sitting down and eating, and I'll come out and check what they're eating. Every now and then
Yeah.
there'll be a chicken tinola or some sinigang or something.
But they're ordering American food.
But no, there's burgers, there's steaks, there's, well, the word gets out on that steak. Everybody likes a good steak, but at that price especially. But they'll have tacos, all kinds of stuff. So there are local Filipino adventurous eaters
Okay,
that
well,
want to
good.
come out and eat American style food, pasta, all the other things we offer. So from time to time, we're seeing more and more of that. We're probably not breaking into that market as much as we could. And
I'd love to take a girl on a date and sit down and she
And
looks at
she's
that
eating
menu and
spaghetti.
says, she looks at the menu and says, give me that American breakfast, or I'll take that General Cho's chicken. I'm long for that.
yeah.
Fatima, during this stay, you know, we tried everything on the menu.
Yeah.
And everybody down there in the village, no. The girls down there, probably
way.
not. You
No
know,
way you're gonna get
Fatima's
them to
been
try.
living with me for what, 7-8 years, right?
Yeah, so she's got a little bit used to certain
She's
other
got
things.
a little bit used to certain things, but it's still a challenge, man.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You grow up eating certain things, that's what you like.
Yep.
It's like we grew up eating this, that's what we like.
Yeah.
We're used to it.
No, my Thai wife was totally different. Wherever we went, she was gonna try everything. When I took her to a buffet, we went to a buffet. She's gonna try everything on that buffet.
Yeah.
That's cool.
A bite or two.
Everything. She's gonna try.
I tend to do that
everything.
too. Don't count it out unless you try it. I'm pretty adventurous when it comes to eating. Even some things that don't look that good, I'll try at least. Got to be a reason it's up there, right?
Yeah.
Somebody likes it.
We've been sitting here talking for hours. Before this video, we've had
Oh.
probably like 2-3
yeah.
hour.
This is 4 hours now. We just fired up the last hour of it here.
Yeah.
Yesterday you have a good session too.
Yeah.
So
We had a good session today.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good place to come hang out and just talk to friends and have some drinks and have some food and listen to some good music.
meet people.
Meet a lot of fellow people here. Meet so many people here, guys. It's very cool that you take your time out, come down here to visit with us, fly in to the country, and first place you come to eat is Papi's sometimes. I hear that a lot.
Well, tell them about the rooms, man. Tell them about the deal, any deals you got going on.
Yeah,
folks,
because-
what we did what a lot of people do. We'd come here, stay for 2 weeks, look around till we found a place to stay, and you know it's the first stop. because-
Nobody lives in a hotel forever. Like I said, that guy Steve I was telling you about that shunned his first date off with that rice story, but he was here 4 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, he's an older gentleman. He didn't care to cook food in his room or nothing right now. He was
Yeah.
good with that. So we got this restaurant, and that's comforting. And the rooms and the prices are great, but it gives you time to find a right apartment, a right condo, or whatever.
And it's like you're staying with friends. That's why
Usually
we're here.
30 days.
We're staying with Eric and Mercy. Don't matter what the name of the hotel is. We're staying with friends.
Yeah, you know you're
And,
with somebody here that's taking care of you, and
We're
we
eating in
do
their
that with
kitchen.
everybody. We treat everybody that's here the
Friends,
best we
like a
can.
family, yes.
But that's comforting for most people to come here and know there's somebody there that you
Yep.
can possibly trust, even though we have never
That's it.
met. Maybe they watch a video or two and they say, I got to go try the Drake. We try to make it at home for them for as long as it needs to be and make them comfortable. And the best part is, for every 5 days you stay here, you're paying for 4. And that's an ongoing special
Yes.
that we will just probably keep going on for a while. It doesn't have an end date, and we've been doing it for a while and it works. So
Pay
do-
for
do
4
the
nights,
math.
get 1 night free.
Yep, 5 nights, pay for 4. You stay for 30 days, you're paying for 24 days.
That's a bargain right there.
And that's
Yeah,
any room
nobody
you get.
offer that.
Yeah, it's a deal and it works. And you got this restaurant here every morning, opens at 7. Come down, watch some news, watch TV, drink some
Watch the
coffee.
games.
Yeah, and this guy is in the know on places for rent. A lot of people calling you saying, "Hey man, I got this spot for rent."
We
If
know
you
A
A lot,
got
of,
people
lot
here.
of places hit our buddy up Warner, who Mark knows very well as well.
Yeah, shout out to you, buddy. Hadn't run
Warner
into
is
you yet.
always one of the best landlords I've ever had,
Yep.
and especially here in the Philippines. And he's a great guy, and his places are nice and kept up.
Yep.
And I recommend his places all the time to people. And he's got a couple places coming up soon, available actually. He's usually
Got a couple
booked up.
places, yeah.
Usually booked up. So if you're looking for a place to stay, you come here to the Drake, stay for a little while, look for a spot. If Warner's got one up ready, that's great. If not, I know of some other people that do longer term stays.
Yeah.
Dr. A, I recommend his little spots. He's got
He's good too. He's a good
efficiencies
landlord.
and a good guy. Dr. A, Adriano, he's got a couple different buildings here in town. He sends us people that want short stay because he doesn't want short stay people, and I send him long stay people. So we kind of watch each other's back that way.
And he's not too far from here, right?
He's got a place down on Walking Street, near Walking Street around Astro Park. And
Okay.
he's got another one over here off of Friendship close by.
There you go.
So he's got 2 condo units, and they're pretty cool. So we always have a way to help you guys
Source.
out.
A source to
Got some
help.
sources to help people that are
and,
looking
and
for
let,
more.
and let me just throw this out there. When you look for a place here, you need to be interviewing that landlord. Okay, I don't want to get too far into this, but you say, okay, what's the importance of a landlord? Is it 25%? I mean, here it's almost like 51%. You got to make sure that you've got a decent landlord. If you don't, nothing's going to get fixed. You're not going to get your deposit back. Trust me.
There's a lot to it. A lot of people got burned
So
here.
if Warner's got a place open, okay, that's where you
He's
want to
straight.
go.
He's straight.
And then what's your friend's name?
Dr. A.
Okay, Dr.
He's
A.
also very,
It's very good, very fair.
Yeah, you really want to look at it. This place could be perfect, but you got to look at who your landlord is.
Oh yeah.
So we
And we'll
we
just
try
leave it
to
at that.
we do our best to we
help
know where we've heard good experiences. Everybody has their own gripes. People
Yeah.
gripe about this place. Oh, the service. I'm like, come on, nobody's perfect. Everybody has an off day. I don't judge somebody by their one visit ever. Because
think what a lot of
you have
people-
you have off days sometimes.
Well, so,
Not every day's perfect.
Some people expect to, wherever they're staying, they expect Conrad type level, 5-star service. Well, okay, if you want to, be at the Conrad, go pay 200
And
something
you
bucks
still
a night.
won't
Be
get
at
it
the
sometimes,
Conrad.
even in a place that you would
Exactly.
think you would expect it fail. So everybody fails. 5 stars or 2 stars. You're going to find bad experiences.
There's two main things, right? And I'll sort of rehash the story. When I first started coming here to the Philippines, I stayed at it used to be called the Tune. Now it's the Red Planet. Red Planet's
right next door.
And my first stay there, I was in the elevator, and this old redneck was in the elevator. He was telling somebody else in the elevator about the rooms. And I've used this saying describing other places on my show, right? But I got it from him. He said, try to get it right here. He said, yeah, the room ain't big enough to swing a dead cat in, but it's clean and nobody steals your shit.
Can't swing a dead cat.
And when I got into the room, I knew exactly what he was talking about. If you've ever stayed at the Red Planet or the
They're
Tune,
closets.
you can go like this and touch the walls, right? It's tiny. It's a tiny room. But the reason I stayed there was for exactly what the guy said. He said it's clean, nobody steals your stuff, they got good security, and it was at a budget price.
Yeah.
And so I stayed there in Makati. The one right there north of Burgo Street, down below, there's a sports bar. You go down there, get food, beer, what have you. I didn't spend any time.
Had
in the
everything you
room.
needed.
I had everything I needed right there. I'm right across the street from Burgo Street, all the bars. And I ended up staying at the one next to Ayala Mall in Cebu City for the same reasons. And I come to the conclusion that really the two main, most important things anywhere you go is you want a clean room and you don't want anybody to steal your stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's top 2 priorities. So
You're going to get loads of people asking you how far the Drake is from Walking Street. I'll nip it in the bud right now. We're 10 minutes down the road by trike or less, and it's 100 pesos for the trike ride to get there or back.
You can walk. It's a
You
good
could-
exercise.
Yeah, you can. It's hot out right now, but the trike's cheap and it's that close
yeah,
to
let's take
Walking
the trike.
Street.
Very close.
And a lot of people base their decision on a hotel in Angeles by the street, Walking Street. They want to stay close, but you might find that you won't want to stay right there, and this is a perfect distance. And a lot of guys say they like the location because it's far enough from it and it's close enough to it. So
Plus, you got an ATM machine in a parking lot, and then
Yeah.
there's a laundry right around the corner.
24-hour security.
We have the best food in town.
That's the biggest
It's the
part.
food, folks.
24-hour security, nice people to take care of you.
The best customer service.
Good coleslaw.
Well, like I said, we're staying here with friends, so it's like we're staying at a friend's house. And now we found a more permanent spot, so we have moved out into our more permanent spot.
All good things must come to an end, my friend.
Yep. But here we moved out, and I've still been here every day eating.
True. Hey, like I told you before, most people, they gotta get out of here. They find a place a block or 2 away, and they're in here every day anyway.
Yes.
Steve comes in, he lives 30 minutes from here. The guy that stayed here 4 months,
Yep.
he's 30 minutes in a grab car from here, down by Marquee Mall. And he comes here 3 or 4 times a week still. I said, dude, you should have just stayed here. You're spending more in Grab than you're saving in your apartment.
Folks, if you're in the States, you're taking food for granted, but you know, if you move away from these types of areas, you can't get what you're used to getting. You know, so imagine, you know, my ride over the past 2 years. I couldn't just wake up and say, hey, I want to go get some biscuits and gravy, or say, hey, I'm going to order a pizza, or it just wasn't available. So
Yeah.
the food is the big factor. The big factor.
And we're selling cookies now. The best cookies in town.
Baking cookies. Got a new oven, so we had to bake cookies. You've been eating cookies with the kids for days since you've been
Folks,
here.
we've been eating these cookies. They're huge cookies. And they like the peanut, well, Fatima likes the peanut butter. Me and Maria like the chocolate.
Chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Oatmeal
excellent.
raisin.
Oatmeal raisin. Excellent on the cookies as well.
Baking cookies at Papi's.
Yep.
Maybe that's what we do. We go to Atlantis and give away
Give them out cookies.
Folks, y'all, listen, I don't have any interest really in going to Walker Street. I know that's hard to believe, but
Hard to believe.
like, when's the last time you went to Walker Street?
Ooh,
You
2
got
years
it.
ago?
Oh, we don't go out.
No.
We don't go to any of those clubs.
But you know, 3 years ago,
We've-
y'all were
we've
going
been
out
together. We've
quite
been
frequently.
together.
Yeah,
3 years,
we were all
yeah.
going,
Do
right?
something, dude. I haven't had a drink in 6 months, maybe.
See, so he pretty much quit drinking. They're not going out.
I just don't do it. I just don't like the
We
hangover,
pickleball
man.
now.
I don't like the hangover.
It's
I
like
know, it's horrible. We're getting old.
several people. Well, the folks we were talking to here today.
Yeah.
Then he said he quit drinking, right? For the most part.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he said
A lot of
it's not
people have
fun.
quit
Not as
drinking.
fun as it used to be.
A lot of folks I know, it's like all my rowdy friends have settled down.
No smoking, no drinking.
Yeah, so I'm not here in Angeles City.
Turning up
so,
the healthy living type attitude now.
Yeah.
If you see me, catch me eating a salad, slap me though, because I will not bow to going to eat salad. I have to have my food.
It's to the extreme.
Yeah, that's too extreme.
Well, yeah, folks. So I'm not here in Angeles City because I want to go to Walking Street, but I am in the entertainment business and I'm running a show, and I think it would be a good show. For
It would
us
be a
to
great
Yes.
show.
I can't wait
Invite
to see that.
50 chicks just to see how many would show up for
Hey, just because
free breakfast.
we don't drink a lot, and we don't bar hound a lot, don't mean we don't have fun.
Yeah, we
We
could
still
go in
have
there.
fun.
Yeah.
Still try to make fun.
Well, the other thing too, you know, I got that dress that Pia made, that handmade dress
Oh yeah.
that I'm eventually going to put up for auction. But
That
I
would
gotta
be good.
I gotta up the
Model it.
fame. I gotta up the fame of that dress. So I gotta get me some girls here to model it. Maybe walk up and down. Maybe walk around the mall for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
I
They
gotta,
could do like a catwalk type show here, right here, change in the bathroom, come out here and do it. See who it looks on best.
well, there you go. Yeah.
Who wears this dress the best?
Let multiple ladies try it on.
Yeah. Then you can auction it off and
Maybe take
tell
one
them
skydiving.
you didn't wash it.
They could go skydiving in the dress. You know.
It's not washed.
Not
You
washed?
get more for it if it's dirty, right?
Yeah, maybe have a girl eat a chili dog or something. It's got some chili dog stains, ketchup, mustard.
Yeah, make it real.
They're gonna make it famous, right? They're gonna bring more at auction. I paid good money for that dress. I paid 1,000 pesos
Did
for
you
that
give her
dress.
1,000 for that?
She held strong,
She did?
man.
Oh, shit.
It was like trying to, negotiate with a tree. She would not budge. She wanted 1,000.
But she sewed it
She
by
kept
hand.
saying that she was sewing it by hand, and there's so much blood from, poking herself with the needle.
What kind of? I don't know that story about the dress.
She made it out of blue jeans.
Took 3 pair of old blue jeans and made a dress out of old blue
Handmade.
jeans.
Oh really? I have to.
Handmade.
And he
Made it.
bought it from her. He's
No
going to
sewing
auction it.
machine.
He's going to
She did it-
auction it
did it
off
by
to
hand.
Really?
the
Wow.
highest bidder, I guess.
And then I think I started it. I offered her 300. She said no. She wanted 1,000 because she kept poking her. Had
Got
blood
some
on it.
blood
believe
involved
her, I
here.
believe her.
I said, well, show me the blood stains. That'll bring more money. She couldn't.
Right.
She couldn't really show.
Draw
it
your
was a little
initials
small.
in the back, sign it with your blood.
Well, let me address that one thing before I forget. Some folks have sent me emails wanting a custom handmade dress. They say, hey, my Filipino wife saw the dress. She wants Pia to make a dress. So I've got to figure out how to take orders for Pia's
Oh, no
handmade
kidding.
dresses. But she can only make one a week. Okay, she
You
can
gotta
only
hire a
make
crew,
one week.
man.
She wanted me to buy her a sewing machine, but I said, Pia, if I buy you a sewing machine,
It's not gonna be the same.
It's not
It
hand
takes-
sewn.
Yeah.
It takes
It's not gonna be
the.
the same.
I guess it
takes
could
the
still be
element out
handmade,
of
but
it.
not hand sewn.
True.
Yes.
So I said,
Hand sewn's totally
Well, no, it's
different, big time.
thing, yeah.
well, maybe
No
I should just
machine.
jack the price up and say she can only make 2 a month.
Yeah.
Scarcity.
Yeah, yeah.
Scarcity. It's going to cost more
It's
money.
like a fine piece of art.
Yeah.
You can't paint the Picasso Mona Lisa
Can't
like
rush
in
it.
one day, right?
Yeah, you can't rush that.
Can't rush a good thing.
So there's a possibility that crew might be coming up here for a visit.
Gonna make a sweatshop for them to sew dresses in. Don't you have a
Well, they
shout
come-
out? Don't you have a shout out? I
We
almost
have
forgot.
a Papito store too,
Oh wow,
so we
shoot.
can put.
We can sell stuff right here.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can. You sell her out of this little souvenir shop we're building
if
up
they
here.
come up here, they can sew in an aircon environment. But if they're going to do it down there, it's already a sweatshop.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
aircon at their cribs. They're,
Yeah,
they're
it's-
sweating
it
already.
don't matter where you're
They
at
ain't
here,
got
it's
nothing to do with
sweatshop.
me.
You can be in here on a bad hot day and still sweat.
Everybody down there sweating. I mean, what's... oh, folks, maybe I already put it out there, but Grandma plugged in the ref in the village. She's selling ice and ice candy out of the village, out of my ref.
Oh, so you
Okay.
get putting the use to it, huh?
Yeah, she plugged
What
in the
flavor?
ref. I'm not sure the flavor, but I think it's 5 pesos on the ice candy, 3 pesos on the ice. And she
3
did,
pesos,
She
huh?
did get her first electric bill.
And she's negative.
Well, her normal bill is only like 150 pesos, like $3.
Sure.
Wow.
Because they don't have anything. They just got a light bulb, right? But now that the ref is plugged in, I think it was like 750 pesos.
I bet she had a heart
Oh,
attack.
she's gonna disconnect it, right?
Well, that's what I think, but they said no, she's going to try to keep driving forward with the ice and the ice candy business
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
and keep
Overcome.
driving forward.
Better raise that from 3 pesos to 5.
5.
Yeah. If she don't turn a profit, I would say it gets
It's getting unplugged,
but,
yeah.
But hopefully she continues. Grandma, good luck to you. Because I'm waiting on my 50% commission check, old girl. Okay?
You're
Fridges,
never gonna see that. I'm
fridges
sorry.
ain't free.
It ain't free. And I haven't heard anything about the TVs. I don't know if they've plugged the TV in. I'm not sure. I got to get an update from the
You
village.
gotta have internet for that, don't you, to show
Well,
anything?
supposedly Ate Mama's got some type of box. I don't know if it's a little satellite, gets local
Really?
station. I'm not sure what it is.
Oh,
But
okay.
they were going to go in a coalition with Ate Mama, whose TV is currently broken. So Ate Mama has the cable hookup. Now Grandma has the 55-inch. They're going to get together and figure out who
There's
got,
something going on.
who got to pay for the box, where we're going to put the TV. Who knows?
Really?
gotta stay
you
tuned
gave
for
them
that.
a lot
Stay
to deal
tuned.
with.
Yes. We're gonna
Yeah.
find out what happened.
You gave them a lot to work on.
They got a lot to work on, a lot to work with. So we'll see what happens down there. But there's a possibility that the ladies might be coming up, and we'll see. We'll see. Not certain, but there's a slight possibility that crew might be up here.
Oh man,
So if you need 3 waitresses, man, for the summer,
you never know.
if you need 3 waitresses, I'll
You got them all ready to come in.
I'll hook you up with 3 ladies.
Cool.
Flo, Maddie, and Pia. That'd be awesome if they're working here with the ladies here at the restaurant.
Yeah,
You probably have this place packed, man.
bring them in.
Dudes be coming from all over to talk to those 3 ladies. Problem is,
Give them something to do.
Flo would probably eat up half your stock, and
Eat up half the stock.
yeah, you have to watch her.
Where'd my steaks go?
So I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
you're right.
The rice.
Forget
Oh yeah.
it.
We've got a shortage on
Forget the
rice
steak.
today.
I'm waiting to see if Flo loses some weight over like the next month.
Since you've gone,
Since I'm gone, yeah.
you have a feeling they're going to come down in the kilos.
Well, here's the thing. I gave her my rice cooker, but it don't come with no more rice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So we're gonna see what happens to her.
yeah.
She might slim down again.
could.
I don't know. All right, folks. I think we've talked. We've talked enough. That was only 3 bullet points, and I think we've talked for like 2 hours. So I want to say thanks for joining us. Thank y'all very much
Oh, you're welcome.
For
man.
having
always,
us
always
and-
our pleasure, man.
for our stay here and all the good food. And thanks for that steak, man.
That's a good one, wasn't it?
Folks,
Oh,
it could just
I won't
like
eat till
butter.
tomorrow.
That's absolutely delicious. So folks, we'll see you guys on the next show. Appreciate y'all being a loyal viewer here on my show. Go over to their channel. Make sure you subscribe. They're going to start posting again. And maybe we'll try to schedule a camping trip. I know everybody
Yes,
asks
we
about
have
that.
to.
We got to go camping over
I
there.
want to schedule a fishing trip that we can actually catch fish on. Now, Joe was saying he has fish off his bank up there, or not far off.
We can try.
That might
We
be
can
the
try.
next challenge.
When you said, I was thinking like maybe Costa Rica.
Yeah, I caught a nice barracuda down in Mexico and several other fish.
No, but Hot Dog Stand Joe
he's up
says
by
they-
100 Islands up there. He
Yeah.
said there's fish there.
He
off the
says
bank.
there's
I said,
fish
well,
up there.
I'll see it. And I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah, so far I'm not a believer.
Yeah, there's
When I-
no
when I
fish
see
in the
it-
Philippines.
When I see it, I'll believe it.
Well, what if I told him? I said,
Not
dude,
offshore, they're not. You have to go out in deep water to catch them.
I said, dude, if you could catch fish from the shore, there'd be 1,000 kuyas standing in that spot right now. So I'm not a believer. To be
We'll
honest,
see.
I'm not a believer. But he says there's fish up there.
Yeah, we have to check it out.
And I think the status of the hot dog stand, I think he said he sold it.
Oh yeah, he hadn't had that
He
for a
sold,
while.
yeah, I think he sold the hot dog cart. He kept one of his pizza ovens, and he's still got my grill up there. But the hot dog cart sold.
Yeah, he's doing good up there where he's at.
Yeah, he's up by the beach.
Yeah, he's got him a
Up
place
by the
right off the
beach.
water. He's fixing it up, building a pool, all kinds of stuff. So he's been busy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was good to see him. Hope you're doing well, man. It's good seeing you, brother. All right, folks, we're out of here. Thank y'all very much for listening to everything y'all do. We're out of here. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.
See ya.
Later.